He is live. So yeah, I wanted to just come on and rant a little bit. Can I play this? Or is that? I don't think that's gonna play actually. All right, no brother, no bother, no bother. I try. Yeah, I just wanted to come on and just rant a little bit about awards because it is award season right now. I'm just gonna move this because it's a little bit in an awkward position. We are in award season right now. The Game Awards just happened yesterday. There was the MOBA Awards recently as well. We got Oscars coming up and the Golden Globes, and a whole bunch of other award ceremonies and people nominating and celebrating the best of the year and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to talk about that because I have a few thoughts that I'd like to share. And I just figured I'd come and do it live. So yeah, I don't really follow a lot of awards. Like I can remember probably going back to about maybe 93, 94 or so. It was right about the time when I would say that I realized that I like movies more than most people seem to like movies. And I think shortly after that, I kind of realized that the Oscars in particular never really seem to celebrate the types of films that I like, right? And so from then, pretty much, even probably before then, really, I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to the Oscars. They celebrate their movies and I watch a whole bunch of different movies, and it just is what it is. And it's still kind of like that now for me. Like I just don't put a whole lot of stock in a lot of the awards going on because they never seem to celebrate the movies that I like. You know, every now and then they throw them a bone, something like that. But by and large, they just don't really celebrate the types of movies that I'm interested in. So I haven't paid much attention. But it just seems like every year when the awards come around, whether it's the Game Awards, whether it's the Oscars, whether it's whatever it is, there's usually some controversy on some level about them, about certain things didn't get nominated or didn't win the awards, and you know, that sort of stuff. And there's all these sort of accusations about this, that, and the other. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like, you know, as much as we say we don't care what other people think, we seem to care a whole lot about what other people think, you know, because all any awards really is, when it comes down to it, is somebody else's opinion. You know, it's somebody else's opinion or some group of other people's opinion, and they've decided that, okay, well, this is, you know, what they think is the best or what they think is, you know, should be awarded, and that's all it comes down to. And you might agree with it, you might disagree with it, but in the end, it is really just somebody else's opinion on what the best of the year was. So, yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, when you hear people say stuff like, so and so got snubbed at the awards, and it's like, I don't know, it just seems silly to me. Like, how do you decide somebody got snubbed? You know, it's like you either win the awards or you don't, right? That's what it comes down to. You either win or you don't. I mean, there's so many actors in the world, and most of them won't even get nominated. And then the few that do get nominated, only one of them is going to win. So it's like nobody gets snubbed. You just either win or you don't. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like the way people be like sometimes, this person got snubbed. It's like, no, they just didn't win. Like, why would it just is what it is. Like they thought somebody else was better. Now, whether they were better or they are, you know, it's so subjective. I'm not suggesting that these awards aren't corruptible because they clearly are. I'm just saying that it feels to me like there's just no point, like every year when we get into these big discussions over the award ceremonies and what should be nominated, what shouldn't be nominated, and what this, that, and the other. And it's just like, I don't know, it just seems pointless to me. It's like, celebrate the films that you feel should be celebrated, celebrate the actors and the artists that you think should be celebrated. Somebody else is going to celebrate, you know, who they think should be nominated, should be winning or whatever. And they just do, and it just does like that, you know. So what if the Oscars is famous? It's only famous because people make it famous. You know, if you stop paying attention to all that stuff, it will stop being famous. And then whoever award ceremony is celebrating films you like, maybe that becomes famous. But yo, big up Sam. We ranting tonight. Can't beat a good night rant. Yo, indeed. I felt like it was time. I mean, I don't think I've done a rant for probably a while. It's a while. It's been a while, at least a month, I think, maybe more. It's been a good while since I've just sat in my car somewhere in London in the evening turned on the live button and just ranted. And I felt, you know what, we're in award season right now, so let's rant about awards. What do you think about awards, Sam? I don't pay a lot of attention to most of the, in fact, I don't pay attention to any of the of awards really. I mean, I hear like, of course, I mean, I see like the things like the winners when they announce the winners, and I'll see like, you know, the next day when you see in the news who won what. But I generally don't, for the most part, give a whole lot of attention to like the Game Awards or the Oscars or the Golden Globes or any of the awards ceremonies. The Mopos just happened. You know, I wasn't paying attention to that either. You know, I generally don't pay a lot of attention to these awards because I just feel like, don't get me wrong, by the way, I'm not saying that they're bad things. I feel like if you win, that's a cool thing, of course. Like anytime you win something, it's a great thing to win, to be recognized by your peers, or even if it's just nothing more than a popularity contest, it's a cool thing to be recognized in some way. So I'm not suggesting people who win should, you know, I mean, it's a cool thing. I'm just saying that for a lot of the times, it's either people that I don't know that are being nominated and winning, or stuff that I know that I don't particularly care for that are being nominated and winning. I just feel like, look, if they're celebrating those stuff, that's cool. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're good. I'm not going to say any bad things about it. I'm just saying that the films and the artists and the stuff that I tend to gravitate towards, for the most part, generally don't get even considered in a lot of these award ceremonies. So for me, for the longest time, I've just been like, cool, you know what I mean? It's like, if that's what you're gonna do, cool. But I'm just saying, like, it's like there's so many people like every year just complaining about the awards and who's been nominated and who hasn't been nominated and who wins and who doesn't win. And I'm just like, why are we even having these discussions? They just seem so pointless when, you know, the awards at their core is nothing more than somebody else's opinion. You could agree with it, you might disagree with it. Either way, it's just somebody else's opinion. You know, that's really what it is. So honestly, you don't really care. Doctors never won at the Soap Awards, so I tune out. You watch Doctor? I haven't watched Doctors for the longest, man. When did I think the last time I watched Doctors, I think I watched one episode or half an episode like bare years ago. That sounded so dumb. Bare years. I don't. It kind of rhymed and it didn't rhyme at the same time. Bare years. I mean, I haven't watched Doctors for a long time. Just need to say that I haven't watched Doctors for a long time, and I never was into it. But I remember it was on at a time when I used to be at home, because it was only like an afternoon, I think. And I used to be. It was a period of time when I was at home during that time, and I think like Neighbours would come on, and then something else would come on, and then I think Doctors was on after that. So it's kind of in that period of time where I was at home, it was on TV, and I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention to it. But yeah, long time ago. But yeah, it's just that's the type of things, like the type of stuff that you watch, the type of stuff that I watch, you know, for the most part, generally doesn't get nominated or doesn't win. Sometimes it gets a category and it's cool, but for the most part, it just doesn't. So yeah, so I just don't really. I just feel like as much as we say we don't care what people think, we clearly care what people think by the fact that we have all these arguments about what should have won and what shouldn't have won. And I don't mean disagreements, of course, but you're always going to have disagreements because you think something is good and someone else thinks something is bad. You're going to have disagreements. I don't mean that, but just like these big discussions that seem to happen each and every year about, you know, nominations and all these awards, by the way, are corrupted. They're all corruptible. You know, the people who vote on these things never watched Doctors. Just saw they never won anything. Okay, well, Doctors should win. Real life Doctors should be winning all the time. Well, the good ones at least, not the ones that, you know, give you like wrong medicines and stuff. But yeah, it's like you know, we have these like big discussions each year, it seems, about, you know, the Oscars, especially the Oscars. The Oscars seems to be the biggest one. It gets some kind of controversy, but others seem to get it a little bit as well. And it's just like, I just don't see the point. Like, it's an opinion. It literally, what it comes down to, it's somebody else's opinion. Like the Oscars is like made up of the awards, well, not the awards, sorry, the Academy, which is members of the film industry, so actors, directors, producers, all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know what the criteria is to become an Academy member, but that's effectively what it is. If you're an Academy member, you get to vote on the Oscars. And again, that's their opinion. It's the opinion of people on the awards, on the academy. And I'm not saying it's not a cool thing to be nominated or to win, because it's cool to be recognized by that. I'm just saying, for everybody else, it's just their opinion. For them to say this is the best movie, all right, cool, whatever. If that's not your favorite movie, or you think other movies are better, cool. But I don't see why we have these big arguments, these big discussions. It's like the Oscars is corruptible, the Game Awards is corruptible, the Golden Globes, all these award ceremonies is corruptible. Like every single one of them, they have some skullduggeries going on. It's like, why we even? It's not even like a secret at this point. It's just is what it is. But yeah, every year. I don't care for awards, honestly. You should do what you do because you love it. Awards are just a bonus. Indeed. If you win, it's great. It's cool. I ain't trying to say that, but end of the day, it's like that's all it is. In fact, we think about some of like the films that have gotten like, oh, I've got something on my nose. I've got like a spot. No, I don't have a spot. You tune into a rant, you get to see a spot getting scripts off my face as well. That's how we do it here. Yeah, I mean, there's always like a massive well, not always, but there's often a massive disconnect between, what, say, critics like and what, general audiences like. And that's so common these days. It's like, it just seems like such a pointless thing to get to still be like, arguing about, when it's like, I mean, I feel like a lot of filmmakers kind of realize that as well, that when, big up men like Alpha Kings, we're just talking about awards, ranting about awards. Do you have any opinion on award ceremonies? How's your day going? How's your day been? But yeah, there's always like a massive disconnect between what audiences like and what, critics and things like that like. So it's like, at this point, I just feel there's what, anytime a winner gets announced or something gets announced, I feel like the only thing we get said that we should be saying at this point is, that's it, and just move on. Like we give a lot of these awards so much weight in their opinion, as if winning that award, if a film wins an award, that means that it's better than everything else, and it really isn't. It's just a group of people decided they think this film should win. If you don't agree with that, cool, move on. Like we give so much weight to, and Oscars especially, Oscars is definitely the biggest one. We give so much weight to their opinion, and literally that's all it is, somebody else's opinion. We don't need to give it that much weight, as if their opinion matters more than your own. It doesn't. If you think other things are better, cool, move on. Leave the Oscars alone. That's what we should be doing. Leave it alone. Don't tune in. Don't check for it. Just leave it alone. That's what we should be doing. Just leave it alone, and it wouldn't be so big. All I know is I won a bunch of awards, especially as a black creator. Yeah, you get all the awards. Alpha Kings, man like Alpha Kings, YouTuber, photographer, music video producer. Man's doing music videos. I see that one you did. What's an artist? Sorry, I forgot the artist's name. But yeah, I see it. But yeah, man's doing music videos, producing, directing. Big up man like Alpha Kings. If you don't know about Alpha Kings, you better click on that name right there. Check out the channel. Man's doing some big things still. The chat keeps disappearing on my phone, so I have to keep tapping my screen. If it looks weird, that's why. If it looks weird, if I'm doing this, that's why I'm tapping the screen to see the chat. I found some of these awards. Ooh, it's got this. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Go away. Damn it. Did I just delete some? No, they're cool. I found some of these awards winning film boring as hell. I literally snort. Right, and that's the thing. Is like there's films like what's the one film, not one? I think it's called The Pianist, right? And here's the thing. Like, I'm sure it's a great movie. I'm sure it's got great acting and it's an important story and all that whole stuff as well. But when it comes down to it, I ain't planning on watching that movie anytime. That movie probably came out years ago. I ain't watched it then. I ain't planning on watching it anytime soon. Or what, La La Land, like, or that stuff like that. Is it La La Land that one? One of them. Like, yeah, it's probably a good movie. I'm sure it's got great acting, great this, all that sort of stuff, art direction and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes down to it, if I have to choose between that and Avengers Endgame, I'm watching Endgame every single time. You know, La La Land. I've not seen it. I don't want to. I'm not gonna say it's rubbish because I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's got great acting, great this, great that, da da da. I'm sure it deserves to win everything else. And at the end of the day, I ain't watching it. I mean, actually, never say never. Never say never. You know, you might find yourself one day nothing better to do, and it's like maybe it's on Netflix or something. It's like, all right, calm, let me just watch this thing and see what it's about. Aside from that, I don't see myself going out of my way to watch La La Land. Like, unless somebody like somebody I trust, unless somebody I trust like recommends it to me, it's like, you know, you need to watch it. Unless something like that happens, I don't see myself going out of my way to watch La La Land. Like, I mean, I don't need to see every good movie that gets, you know, released or whatever. So I'm sure it's a good film. Don't mean I have to watch it. Important film, Maze Next is equals boring. Yeah. Yeah. What's the fourth film I was watching the other day, actually? I was watching a film called Passing. It's a Netflix movie. And it's to do with, it's I think it was written back in like the 1920s or 1930s or something like that. And it's to do with, at the time where people like very light-skinned black people would pass for white because they're black. They look at black parents and that kind of thing, but their complexion was so light that, you know, you put a hat on or dress a certain way at a certain angle, you might not tell it's a black person. You might think it's a white person. During like 1920s and 1930s, you know, racial tension and so on, you might find people do that. So it's an important part of history, an important story of things that we can learn from. So I'm not going to knock it on that, but if you're watching a movie and you're there and it's like, I could accept and I could really appreciate what they're trying to do and the story they're trying to tell. But I gotta be honest, the film was boring. It was so boring. It was difficult to watch. And I'm like, I get it. I understand this is an important thing, and I'm trying to, I'm trying to pay attention to it because it is important, and it is like it does have a really important message about, you know, a part of history and a part of time where these things happen and what people went through. So I don't want to be disrespectful to what they're trying to do, but at the same time, I'm like, duh, you know. I'm like, oh man, Jesus, this is, it's just so like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what, man, let me just like find a documentary on this or something. Let me, just, you know what I mean? Let me find a documentary on this or something. This is, but that's the thing. It's like, and that's kind of the thing that I mean sometimes. It's like, look, there are films that if I'm looking at what makes a great movie, there's going to be a lot of different factors that come into it, and the types of movies that tend to win in these awards, the types of films that either I don't watch or just don't particularly care for, or if I do watch them, you know, I'm generally not interested. That being said, maybe there's a few that I might like and I've missed. It is what it is, but a lot of times it's like, look, I get it. There's important messages, and I appreciate that. You know, I don't want to disrespect that. But at the same time, I got to keep it 100. Like, this film, as a movie, as a form of media, there's like nothing happening right now. It's just, I don't know if this the way that it's the story told, but there's literally nothing happening, you know, until the very end. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. But still, though, like I said, it's an important part of history. It's something that we can learn from, and definitely something that, like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful to the time period and what they're trying to do. But the film was boring. Yo, Braxton in the house. Let's see, let's catch up with the chat real quick. Oh, big up, few people in the house. Meditation space in the house. You seem like a top guy, man. Appreciate you. Meditation space. Appreciate you. How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream. Do I watch this profound, thought-provoking movie, or do I watch this repetitive slash right? You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? It's like that, man. It's like that. Yeah, man. Like Brax, back dog was some destruction. Weather last night here in South and in the Midwest. Damn, how you doing though? You okay? Or your property okay? All that kind of stuff. Your home and everything. Cause yeah, damn man. Oh, By the way, if anybody sort of came in just in the last sort of maybe few minutes or so, if you're wondering why I'm doing this a lot with the tissue, it's because I literally just burst a spot live on camera. I didn't realize I had a spot on my face, and I just popped it on camera. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. You tune in for a live stream, you get you get spots popped on camera. So if you watch the replay, you might see you're gonna see me pop in a spot. It's only a small spot, to be fair. You don't see like all stuff coming out. It's only a small spot, but just doing this so it doesn't bleed too much. Yeah, but yeah, man. It's like I ain't trying to be disrespectful and nothing. Like I say, a lot of these movies that win these awards, a lot of these games. Like I just saw the Game Awards. I didn't see it, but I just saw some of the winners, and like I feel like I'm pretty sure like none of the winners are games that I actually played this year. To be fair, I didn't play a lot of games this year anyway, so there is that fact. But some of them are games that I'm not even sure I've even heard of. So it's like, all right, cool. Here's what it is. You know, if somebody thinks these are the best games of the year, cool. I'm not gonna argue you. I'm just gonna say I ain't never heard of them, and they don't look like anything that I'm remotely interested in. But quite frankly, like when it comes down to it, like most of them look like stuff that I could skip. I can skip. You know, I played a few games this year. Not all of them were even that good, to be honest with you. So it is what it is. So yeah, the way I feel about awards is like they've never really celebrated the stuff that I'm interested in, for the most part, at least anyway. So I very rarely pay that much attention to it. So when it comes to all these awards and people like this should have won, that should have won, this should have won, that should have won, and it's like, look, it's somebody else's opinion. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. But yeah, just figured I'd come on and rant a little bit about awards. You know, mind up your subscribers. Oh, appreciate that. Bear weirdos out there watching pimple popping videos though. You know, there's a whole channel dedicated to I don't know if you know about Dr. Pimple Popper. If you don't know about Dr. Pimple, it's a channel on YouTube. She's a dermatologist. So she does this for a living, like literally does this for a living. She's a dermatologist, but her whole channel is videos of her like pimples, cysts, all these various like skin conditions, just like cutting them open and squeezing them out. Like that's the whole channel. So yeah, if you want to see some pimples and all kinds of things being squeezed out of people's bodies, look up Dr. Pimple Popper on YouTube. You can thank me later. There's a time and a place for lessons in history, just not in my movies. I want to laugh at people being brutally killed, not feel bad about it. Yeah, it's cool here. One state above us in Arkansas, tornado went there. No folks home, killing two. Oh, damn, injuring others. Over 70 dead across Kentucky and some in Tennessee. Over 22 tornadoes. Damn, man. All right, Braxel. Yeah. Looking after yourself, yeah. I mean, the way I see it when it comes to like messages and movies and stuff, like I mean, I have no problem with movies trying to do, you know, important message, give an important message or teach lessons and stuff. And I feel like there's movies out there that can balance the entertainment and the less, and you know, the entertaining stuff and the, let's say, the message, important message stuff. They can balance it really well, and so you could be entertained and you might get like a really deep multi-layered story at the same time where you can learn something from it, or you know, get some kind of you know, message from it. And I feel there's films that can balance those really well, and some do that really good. Some lean more one side than the other, and that's fine for movies to do what they want to do. I mean, I'm never going to be the type that tells people that they must never do it. You know what I mean? Like, you can make a movie any way you want to make a movie. And you know, there's movies out there that definitely lean more towards the message side of things, and they do it in a way that, you know, you know what you get in, and it's cool, and it's interesting, and you know, all that kind of stuff as well. And that's fine. And then there's movies that are just boring. You know what I mean? There's movies that are just boring. And yeah, they're just boring. And yeah, maybe there's an important message in there somewhere, but they're boring. They're just flat out boring. You know what I mean? Just boring. Just like, bruh. Ugh. Boring. Getting updated about the damage from the storms and tornadoes from last night. Yeah, man. Keep safe indeed. Yo, Alanov! That sounded so. Sorry. You know what? I tried to say two words at the same time. It just came out so weird. Man like Alan Evans. How you doing, man? How you doing? It's going all right, man. It's going all right. Just having a little rant about award ceremonies. You have a viewpoint on award ceremonies, Alan Evans. Do you pay attention to any awards? We just had the MOBA Awards, the Game Awards. They just happened recently. Oscars are coming up next year, Golden Globes. So we are very much in award season right now. Do you have an opinion on award ceremonies? Or just awards in general, not necessarily the ceremony, but just the whole awards thing. Do you have any opinions on that? Or anybody watching right now, do you have any opinions on that? I've just stated some of mine. Sam stated some of hers. Let's hear some others if we can get them. Oh, so good over here. Temperature drops now. It's cooler, like 59 degrees, 60. That's Fahrenheit, right? I know it's gonna be colder tonight. Cool, cool, cool. Well, literally cool. Literally cool. I'm somewhere in Finchley right now. Finchley is North London. For those wondering, North London. We're kind of northwest London, really. I'm not too far from Camden, if you've heard of Camden. Camden's quite a famous part of London, so I'm maybe about 4 or 5 miles away from Camden. Yeah, about 4 or 5 miles north of Camden right now. Not too far from Abbey Road, actually. If you know about Abbey Road, that's where the Beatles, the Abbey Road music studio is, recording studio is, where the Beatles did the famous album cover where they're walking across the zebra crossing. So yeah, that's Abbey Road. That zebra crossing technically doesn't exist anymore because it got moved. So the one where they actually took the photo isn't actually there. They moved the zebra crossing somewhere down the road. But even still, when you go to that area, there's very often people, doing that walk across that zebra crossing where they're trying to take the picture. The problem is, of course, is that cars need to get past, right? So it's just like constant stopping, starting as you're trying to get through, and it's got people stopped on the zebra crossing trying to take a photo. So yeah, that happens a lot in that spot. Even though it's technically not the same spot that the Beatles used because that doesn't exist anymore. Well, I mean, the spot's still there, of course, but the zebra crossing got moved. I'm cool with movie messages as long as they entertain movies that are all messages and no action. I'll pass, yeah. I don't watch them. I find them award thingies are really boring. Let's go grab some, please. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I feel about a lot of them. Like I've heard for the longest time now, I've just felt like yeah, the types of movies, the types of stuff that tend to win or get nominated. For the most part, I'm just not that interested. Like I was saying before, they're probably good movies, they're probably great, all that stuff, great acting, blah blah blah. I'm not knocking them because I haven't seen them. Most of them I haven't seen them. I'm just saying I have no intention of watching them because they just don't look appealing to me. And you know what? Maybe one day I'll watch one of these award-winning movies. In fact, I'm sure I've seen films that have won awards. It sounded like I've never seen a film like I've won. I've seen films that have won awards. I'm just saying, like a lot of the big ones that win, like the best movie or the picture of the year, movie of the year, whatever they call it. A lot of those I either don't bother watching, it just don't appeal to me. And yeah, maybe one of these days I'll watch something like La La Land and be like, wow, this is amazing. I should watch this sooner. Maybe one of these I'll watch The Pianist and be like, this is the best film ever. Maybe. I'm just saying, I have no intention of watching those movies anytime soon. I'm not saying I'm never going to watch them. I'm just saying they don't look that appealing to me. And I feel like I'd rather watch something else. Maybe one day if I got nothing else to do and they're streaming on Netflix or whatever. But aside from that, I ain't gonna bother. Completes The Last of Us today. Nice, great game. What did you think of the ending? Because the ending is very divisive. I think it's fair to say the ending is very divisive. What do you think of the ending, in particular, what Joel did at the end? I don't want to say too much in case anybody here hasn't played it, but don't want to spoil it just in case, though. I'm not sure. There's too many gamers in the chat right now, to be honest. But what do you think of Joel and the way he ended it? Because yeah, very very divisive. It seems people have a lot of different opinions on that. Yeah, but forget about me. There's other more important shit and people to think about, like this big topic. Wow, Peter, just say so, but you know. Mr. Woman May, it's being decided that I'm stealing your Rocket Wings. yeah, we're stealing it and we're gonna sell it. What did we say? We're gonna sell it, aren't we? We're gonna sell it, but you know, Alan's not getting any money from that though, because he wasn't in the chat, so you get 0% of the money that we make from selling his piss. So we have the best chats. Oh shit. Everyone matters, Brax, including you. We care. Get used to it. Indeed. We're all in this village together. Fahrenheit. Yeah, we use mostly Celsius over here, so that's a bit what I'm used to. I know there's a way of like transferring? No, transmission it? What's the word? Transcribing? Converting. Yeah, there's a way of converting from Fahrenheit. I'm not entirely sure what it is. In fact, I'm not sure. I actually just don't know. But I know there's a way of converting it. But anytime I see numbers that look way higher than I'm used to, I'm like, that's Fahrenheit, isn't it? That's my way of telling. If the number looks really, really high, I'm like, Fahrenheit. Either that or, I don't know, it's just like, yeah, you might need some air conditioning. We might need air conditioning anyway, to be honest. I find it sad when actors pretend to be really happy when for them, when you can tell they ain't really. Yeah, we are selling it. We need the dosh, plus it'll be fun. You know what though, with when you see that sort of stuff, like I feel like, yeah, there are definitely some actors out there that maybe they really thought they were gonna win this year and they don't, and then they have that kind of awkward moment where the camera's on them, you know, that kind of forced smile. You know, I do feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on this, or maybe I'm just a bit, I don't know, optimistic, if that's even the right word to use. But I do feel like I feel like most actors generally don't mind if they don't win. You know, I feel like most actors generally don't mind, but there are a few out there where it's like, yeah, you could, I don't know, it's that face that they pull, that, you know. So my own piss and sell it without anyone knowing. Wow. It's the internet. Somebody's gonna know. Intel's similar by others. Okay, did I miss something? Okay, cool. Shoot, I haven't heard Celsius since middle school, I think. Celsius. I don't know who named these things. I guess they're probably named after some scientist or something, Dr. Celsius and Dr. Fahrenheit. They probably had an argument about what's the best way to measure heat, and then they ended up fighting about it, got into like a fist fight, and they just punched each other up, and then eventually, like, because they couldn't, because nobody really won the fight, they punched each other up. Eventually, they were like, you know what? I'm gonna go to England and say Celsius, and then Fahrenheit was like, you know, I'm gonna go to America and say Fahrenheit, and then it just became like a thing. That's my history. That's my history lesson for today. That's why England we say Celsius and America they say Fahrenheit, is because Dr. Celsius and Dr. Fahrenheit got into a fight about which is to use. They punched each other up. Nobody really won the fight. They just got battered and bruised and bloodied, and eventually they were like, well, I'm gonna go over there and say Celsius. I'm gonna go over there and say Fahrenheit. True story, man. True story. That's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. If you check a history book and it says anything else, they're lying, because that's exactly what happened. It was a fist fight between Dr. Celsius and Dr. Fahrenheit that was never resolved. Happened 500 years ago. Any history books, any YouTube videos that you watch, they say anything else, they lying. That's what happened. Yeah. But yeah, speaking of awards, I might do a video actually where I talk about some of my favorite movies and stuff over the. Oh, I'm hitting something. I'm realizing pressing stuff. I might do a video where I talk about some of my favorite movies and stuff over the past year. Give out my own awards. You know, the Haze Awards for the best stuff of the year. Well, you know, the best things that I came across because I did not watch every movie. I did not play every game. I did not read every book. I don't think I read any books actually. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I might give out the Haze Awards, do a video where I celebrate my favorite things of the year because why not? We've got to celebrate the things we like. We got to celebrate the things that gave us joy. You know, the things that brought us some kind of happiness, that took our minds away from some things, that maybe taught us a few lessons, that maybe helped us through something. We've got to celebrate the good things in our lives, you know. We got to celebrate. What's some of your favorite movies and things of the past year? What would you say the best movie you watched this year is? I don't watch too many movies in the cinema. I think most movies I watched this year, well, not even I think, I know most movies I watched this year were the stuff that got released on Netflix. Like, I feel like I've watched two movies in the cinema this year. Yeah, two movies. I've watched two movies in the cinema this year. And that's Black Widow and the James Bond film. Sounds the ish that went down between Godric Gryffindor and Salazar Slytherin. Yeah, exactly. That's the inspiration for Harry Potter. That's a similar situation when with the AC/DC electric current, two scientists had a fight. AC won. DC is used mostly in like larger stuff. I think like if you're in your home, it'd be AC. It'd be an AC current. Whereas if you've got like if you need like more power, then it's DC. That's what I think. I might be wrong on that. But I think it's AC is more for like homes and small offices, things where you're not using as much power. Where if you have like for example, this car to charge it, it needs a DC charger because it uses more power. So I think it's something to do with that. But yeah, we'll go with their fight. Their fought. We'll go with that. AC, and Dr. AC and Dr. DC got into a fight. Let's go with that. That's probably more accurate, actually. We'll go with that. I'm putting Halloween Kills in there. Gotta win for the most kills. Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills hates gay people though, so I don't know if we could give that an award because we can't award homophobic movies because they apparently I haven't seen Halloween Kills, but they hate gay people because they killed a gay couple. So that means they hate gay people and we can't give out awards. We could give it like maybe the award for the the most homophobic movie ever made because it killed two gay people. I think we could give it that award. But aside from that, yeah. You're not allowed to kill gay people in movies, otherwise it's homophobic. That's what we learned this year. I don't keep up with movies coming out unless it's something I'm really into. I generally just gander through Netflix and Amazon, see what takes my fancy. Whoosh. Anything on Netflix and Amazon that took your fancy this year? That's quite a few movies that came out on Netflix, I think, this year actually that I liked actually. AC is using it. Yeah. Fan houses. There's quite a few on the Netflix came out this year that I liked. Like there was one recently called Bruised, starring Halle Berry. In fact, Netflix I feel like been stepping it up lately. I don't know about you. I feel like Netflix have been stepping it up lately. Like it just seems to be like they got like The Rock in their movies. They've got like Halle Berry. They got one just come out with Benedict Cumberbatch. So yeah, they've been stepping it up. I mean, they've always had big stars in a lot of their films, but it just seems like in the last, I don't know, like year or so, they've just been like heavy hitters just coming out, you know, with their films in a short amount of time. So yeah, I feel like they've been stepping it up with their movies lately. You know, they had some big stars in a lot of their movies that was come out in just this year. Usually, they might have, you know, a movie with a big star, and that'd be like once a year, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. They're big movies they'll do with the big stars might be once a year, or maybe twice, maybe. But lately, it feels like there's been a few, I think, where just this year alone, where I've had like big stars in them. So yeah, Netflix have been dropping money. They've been dropping some coin. Oh. But yeah, Bruise was really good. I did like Bruise. That's with Halle Berry, where she plays the MMA fighter. And Red Notice, I like that as well, with The Rock. What else? There's a film called Kate. I don't think that was that popular in the end, but there's a film called Kate, which I really liked. And what else was on Netflix that came out? I can't even remember right now, but yeah. There's quite a few stuff on Netflix that came out that I watched. I know it's Bad Boys for Life, where Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is now on Netflix. Yes, in fact, that's the next movie night. Bad Boys for Life isn't on the next movie night. So yeah, we're doing that one. Bad Boys for Life. He killed firemen also. That caused backlash. Michael just gives no shits. He is anti-human indeed. Wait, they got backlash for killing. So you got backlash for killing the gay couple, and they got backlash for killing the firemen. Like who is he allowed to kill? Like Michael Myers legit just kills everybody. Like if you're in his way, he kills you. I think apart from children. I haven't seen all the Halloween movies, but I think apart from children, he kills pretty much everybody. Last movie I saw in the theaters was Lego Part 2 with my little nephew. Aunt paid for the tickets. That was in February 2019. Ooh, it was a while ago. But yeah, pandemic kind of puts it down on that. It makes it difficult to get to the cinemas when there's a pandemic going on. 2019 though, rah. How's that Lego movie? I've not seen the Lego movie. Got it on DVD. Bad Boys for Life. I've not bought a DVD for a long time, actually. I can't remember the last time I bought a DVD at this point. It was more than a few years ago, at least. I reckon at least 3 years ago, maybe even more. Maybe even more. But it's been a while since I actually bought a DVD or Blu-ray or any kind of, you know, movie media like that. Because it's just been a Netflix. It's just so convenient where you got Netflix and you got Amazon, and then, you know, you can buy the movies as well on some of them. Like on Amazon, you can buy certain movies. I've done that a few times just because it's so convenient. You know, there's movies that I've bought on Amazon that I have on DVD because it's just so much more convenient to to just have it to watch it on on that rather than digging through my DVD collection. I'm like, you know what, it's only like £4. It's only, you know what I mean? Because some of them are, I mean, I'm not spending like a lot of money on these movies to be honest. Like it's not like that. But sometimes you look at this movie on Amazon, it's like it's only like £4. Let me just buy this thing here and watch it here rather than digging through my DVD collection. I've done that at least a few times where I've either bought it on Amazon or Google Movies or one of these services where you see it going real cheap. I'm like, you know what? Let me just buy this thing here, and just a few times. It's many movies. I'll say that's the best ones I like, anyways. Movies. Michael Myers kills cancel. That's what that's what it needs to do next. Michael Myers just straight up murders cancel culture. That's the next Halloween movie. He's not allowed to kill just anybody. Doesn't that defeat the point of being a serial? Well, yeah, pretty much. He's a serial killer, but he has to like imagine like they do a Halloween movie where Michael Myers walks up to somebody and he's about to kill him. He's like, oh, wait a minute. Are you a fireman? No. Are you homosexual? No. Cool. Every single time he has to do it, he has a checklist of all the people he's not allowed to kill. And he just like goes off, are you this? No. No. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. You're safe. No. Cool. That's next Halloween movie. Michael Myers walk around with a checklist. The movie Lego 2 was good enough. I guess I have to watch part one now. Put up my list. Okay, so you just watch part two at the same. Okay, I ain't seen any of them, but yeah, it looks kind of a fun movie. That Lego Batman movie looks fun actually. I might check that out one of these days. I'll be going to the cinema. So see, Scream and Jack. Okay, yeah, Scream 5. I need to catch up on the Scream movies actually, because like I feel like I've seen most of them, maybe even all of them, but I feel like I've at least seen most of them. But it's been such a long time, I don't really remember what happened. So yeah, I'm gonna try and catch up. I have to try and catch up with those Scream movies. Refresh my memory. Mike Myers goes off the white folks too. Remember, most of the people he went on was white. Yeah, that means Michael Myers hates white people. We've established that now. Michael Myers hates white people. That's why he kills so many of them. I don't know, things that people complain about though. I mean, bruh. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're allowed to complain about anything you want to complain about. Like I do believe that, because at the end of the day, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. If there's things that you don't like, of course you should be allowed to complain about it and to, express your dissatisfaction of things. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying some of the things that gets like into the sort of public discussion of complaints. Bruh. It's like, really, is this what we're talking about now? Is this Michael Myers killed a gay dude? I was like, okay. Is this what we're upset about? All right. All right. It's a movie about some kind of, I'm not sure if he's even human at this point, like some kind of old ass dude trying to kill Laurie Strode and fails and kills a whole bunch of people whilst trying to kill Laurie Strode. That's Halloween. Man don't care if you gay, straight, black, white, fireman, doctor. Man don't care. Men don't care about all that. You know what I mean? Man don't care. Men don't care if you're man don't care if you're a man or a woman. Man don't care. In fact, if anything, Michael Myers is what's what I'm trying to say? He's the perception. No, perception. That's not the right word. Persephone. No, that's not the right word. Epitome. He's epitome of equality. Because men don't care. Equal opportunity killer. Men don't care. As people, we should be taking notes from Michael Myers. I mean, maybe not so much about the killing bit. Maybe not so much about the killing bit, but as far as, being equal and being fair and, in your approach to things, we should be taking notes on that. I'm just saying. Serial killer checklist, straight, white, male, all dead. Yep. Straight. Are you straight? Yep. Male. Yep. White. Yep. You dead. You already know how it is with black folks, American Ninjas. American Ninja, by the way, is a good movie. No, I know that's not what you're referring to, but still, there's a film called American Ninja back in the 80s. Cheesy as hell, but good movie. In horrors and thrillers, don't know how y'all African Brits gets down in those genres. You know what? I mean, maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just haven't seen enough. But yeah, there was definitely a kind of trope about the black guy getting killed first in movies for a while. But I feel like when it came to horror movies, there's quite a few where the black guy didn't die first. And yeah, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just happened to see the horror movies where the black guy didn't die first. But from what I can remember, there's quite a few horror movies where the black guy didn't die first, like Night of the Living Dead. The black guy didn't die first. Day of the Dead. Was it Day of the Dead? The second one. The black guy didn't die first. I'm sure there's others that I just can't think of right now. But yeah, I feel like even going back to like sort of the 60s, 70s, 80s, there's quite a few horror movies that I can remember. I seem to remember where the black guy didn't die first. Now, maybe, like I say, maybe that's just the horror movies I saw, and everything else, the black guy got killed first. Maybe, but I'm just saying, when it came to horror movies, specifically horror movies, I feel like the black guy didn't die first in those ones. Other movies, yeah, definitely. Other movies back then, yeah, if there's a black guy in it, he's not going to last long. But horror movies, I feel like they kind of bucks that trend a little bit. But yeah, maybe just the ones that I saw. This is about to tap what you said. Great minds think alike. By the way, for anybody tuning in, wondering why I've got tissue that I'm holding to my face, is because maybe about 40 or so minutes ago, I realized I had a pimple just by my nose, and I popped it on camera. So yeah, if you want to check the replay, you'll see some pimple popping. For anybody tuning in just now and wondering why I'm dabbing a tissue on my face, that is why. That is why. Tuning to see a rant about awards, you get a popped pimple on camera as well, because I multitask. Somewhere in Finchley, Northwest London, more specifically, a few miles away from Camden, a few miles away from the famous Abbey Road. Black guys always died, but so did the dumb blonde. Nobody getting upset about the blonde chick. Just saying. See, we don't. I guess that's indicative of a society that secretly hates women. To be honest, like we're secretly just misogynist society. So when we're seeing like the blonde girl getting killed first, we're just like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Around the 90s to early mid 2000s, either the black folks takes off channeling Jesse Owens' Speed, or they were the first ones to go. Yeah, I did notice that actually in a lot of movies where, because I remember during like the 80s, especially where like, the black guy would get killed first, and when that became live, when that became a very much sort of known sort of trope, like Hollywood seemed to look for other ways in which the black guy goes first. So they might not necessarily get killed first, but yeah, there'd be something like, oh, I have to go check on my, dad's yacht. I don't know, like I had to go check on my dad's shop or something like that, and he has to go off on some event, away from the camera. It's like, okay, they just came with other ways to get rid of the black guy first. It's like, yeah, run away, never to be seen again. There was one movie, I don't remember what it's called, but it was a film where these guys break into, I don't know, some kind of like shopping mall or something like that, or some kind of whatever kind of office building, whatever. Well, I don't remember, but they break into this building and they have all these people hostage, right? And they hold these people hostage, right? And then they're negotiating with the police guy, and the police guy's like, "Oh, you have to let somebody go to continue negotiations." And they were like, "Okay, we're gonna pick you." It was a black woman. They picked a black woman to let go, which is simultaneously the nice thing to do, but also means, as far as the movie concerned, the black guy goes first. Hollywood can be creative when they want to, man. They really can. I remember back in 2005 when Paris Hilton's character didn't make it in House of Wax. Okay, I never saw House of Wax, but okay. I don't get upset over anyone dying. I want them to die. That's why I'm watching I Want You to Die. This is my impression of Sam watching movies. Die! 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 I tease. House of Wax was a rubbish film. Fair enough. House of Excellent movie was the only reason I was watching. Well, it was watchable. Paris Hilton, man. Don't hear about her so much these days. Hope she's doing well. She was at one time like the it girl, and Kim Kardashian was her friend that just hang around to the side. Now everybody talks about Kim Kardashian and nobody talks about Paris Hilton anymore. Uh, that's a shame. That's a shame. But oh well, such is life. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. It's how it be. That's how it be. More like right in the eye. All right. I'm going to have to start logging off and heading back soon. But before we go, let's have a quick check. What is the most gruesome death you've seen in a movie? That's what I want to know right now before I log off. What is the most gruesome death you've seen in a movie? Let me try and think of one real quick because I've seen some pretty gruesome deaths. I think I'd have to go with. I probably should have thought one before I even asked the question. To be honest with you, but for now, damn, what's the most gruesome death I've seen in a movie? I've seen a lot of gruesome deaths. You know what? I'm gonna go with I don't know if it's the most gruesome, but it's one that comes to mind. Where in Thing, the Thing, right? The film's called The Thing from 1983, directed by John Carpenter, who actually directed Halloween, the original Halloween movie. He directed this movie as well. And there's a scene where the Thing is inside one of the people, and they've got a guy on the table, and the way his they've got like the little shocking things, those heart things to shock you, and they're doing that, and they're shocking him, and then there's the alien thing is inside him, and it just opens up his chest, and so as he's going to shock him, his hands go into the guy's chest, right into him, and his chest has these teeth on it that they close, and then bites the guy's hands off. And then while that's happening, the guy who's on the table, his head is getting pulled off, going, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So yeah, if you've not seen The Thing from 1980, is it 82 or 83? Early 80s anyway. If you've not seen The Thing by John Carpenter, you should see The Thing by John Carpenter. I'm not gonna get him. She's still in the public eye, soon to get married, and that young thing looked like she is gone. He looking like someone's aunt now. Okay, she's still around then. Okay, well, big up Paris Hilton then. Big up Paris Hilton. Damn. Don't ask me that. I've seen too many. Nothing stands out. I remember that of 2005 thriller Cry Wolf. Don't think I've seen that one either, actually. I don't think I've seen that either. I think I have. I'm not sure. Cry Wolf. I guess it's like was that the boy who cried wolf? I'm guessing, referencing that whole thing. As in, don't cry wolf because it actually might come. But yeah. Oh, it is 1 minute to 9 p.m. right now, and yeah, I think we're gonna start wrapping this down, guys. Big up for coming through, man. I appreciate you guys joining this impromptu live stream, ranting about awards and talking about all kinds of things going on, movies and stuff. What day is it? It's Saturday today, isn't it? So yeah, Saturday today. So yeah, movie night, not this Monday, but the following Monday, we're doing we're doing Bad Boys for Life. We did Life already. Bad Boys for Life. This Monday though, yeah, we're just gonna hang out, do some live stream. That's the plan for this Monday. Hang out, live stream, chill, talk, watch some movies, whatever goes. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, I might see if I could pull out a video talking about some of my favorite stuff of the last year. Since I just ranted about not liking awards, let me celebrate the movies and games and things that I enjoyed this year. So I'll try and do that at some point, maybe in the next, I don't know, we'll see, tomorrow, maybe Monday. I don't know. We'll see. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. Doctors wins. Doctors wins all the awards. Check that one out to some private school students creates a serial killer and it becomes real on the campus. Oh, okay. Okay. What's it called? Cry Wolf. All right. Make a note of that one. Make a note of that. If it's on Netflix especially or Amazon, I'm gonna make a note of that. Put it in my calendar. I've got a calendar on my other thing, so I'm gonna put it in there real quick while I'm there's that Cry Wolf. Cry Wolf. I'll start. What's a good time to remind myself? Say 2 o'clock. That would do. Yeah. No, I don't want the 11th. What am I doing? Yeah, there you go. 15th. There we go. There we go. That's set. That's set. Okay, guys. Let's see. Let me check the chat real quick. Let me check with the chat real quick. And I think I caught up. So guys, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, I look out for more stuff to come because the man's doing this turn, you get me, fam. But guys, to all the talkers and the stalkers, to the stayers and the strayers, whether you stayed for a little bit or stayed for a lot of bits, I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping the company. Thank you for keeping it lively. And yeah, man, I'm gonna log off now, and God willing, see you guys soon. So until whenever, if ever, peace. As I do my long log off now because it's a bit long on the phone. I'm just holding at this for a while. All right. Big love to everybody. Appreciate you guys. Take care.